Wonder Woman issue 788. My goodness. In my lifetime, we're going to get to 1,000 of this book. Cool. That's really fun. This book's great. Look, I have been skeptical of some of the previous issues. This one sold me. It found the right balance that it's going for. It's silly. It's funny. It's a beautiful political message. It is perfectly Wonder Woman. And I'm super impressed with everything we got. So for those of you who are kind of out of the loop on this book, Dr. Psycho is going by Cisco now, and he's like, gentlemen, this Wonder Woman, she's a foreigner to our land, she's ruining our time here, a woman shouldn't have that much power, I have this special drink you can drink, it's very good for you, we should get this Amazonian woman off of our land because she's terrible. And, he's just appealing to a certain type of crowd, of man in particular, who are enacting a certain type of power that is very reminiscent of things that happen in today's society. So that's what Cisco's up to. Ziggy is back, Siegfried is back in the modern day. Him and Steve are living together. Steve comes back to their place and brings one of the milks that Cisco is just trying to dump on everybody. I just really like how Siegfried and Steve are just so friendly and just chaotic by energy. They're just flirting with each other. There's times throughout the book where Cisco's like, well, at least you look good on TV, Steve. He's just so open to the idea of who Steve is. And Steve's like, hey, if I get the attention, fine by me. I don't care where it comes from. I love it. If these two don't end up kissing or having some platonic flirty thing going on the entire book, I'll be disappointed. But Steve gives the milk to Etta so she can analyze it. And as they are about to figure out, maybe there's something special about this drink, Siggy walks in. He's like, on the screen, on the viewing glass, it's there. People attacking Diana at her Hall of Justice. And we cut to the Hall of Justice, and there's a group of men protesting Wonder Woman, get back to your land. You don't belong here. We'll fight back. You're destroying proper, honest, working American men. Siegfried is so pissed off. He's ready to attack. But they kind of go through the protest. We see Diana peering out a window of the Hall of Justice, and she's talking to Superman and Green Arrow. And of course, anybody who's reading current DC knows these characters are dead. So who cares when this takes place? It's just kind of fun. Great to see. I think Superman looks really good in this style. He looks kind of young, but it's fine. He's bulky, but not too bulky. I think it's all right. And basically, you just see Clark and Ollie are you kind of just had a huge event that nobody remembers that just happened that we all forgot already. So do you need help dealing with this? She's like, I'm fine. So she goes outside, tries to deal with the protesters. They're all getting mad at her. She's like, look, I don't know what you think I did, but I haven't done anything wrong. This is just not my thing. I am here as a diplomat and an emissary. I have all the right to be in this land as any of you. Some of them throw milk at her, and she's kind of getting pissed off. But as that's happening, we see that Psycho is working with his weird photo mirrored version of Wonder Woman with the cracked face. And through this book, you start to see his disturbing puppet creature of Wonder Woman starts to have different feelings. But she sets off an explosion in one of the trucks of milk and starts to go okay, now we're on the defensive trying to save these people that don't want to save us, but they're still getting mad at us. And when another truck pulls up, you just see Wonder Woman stops it from exploding. And the sweetheart version that Psycho owns is I don't want to do this, but she has to set off the bomb. And it's just Diana and Steve and Etta and Siggy trying to help all these people that don't want their help. And because of this, Psycho is trying to frame it so it looks like they're the ones responsible for the explosion. Somewhere in the battle, Steve gets hit by Dr. Poison. He gets sick. Siggy tries to help him. Breaks her poison. Saves his life. I think Siggy and Steve are going to kiss at some point. And if they don't, shame on you. But with the writing talent behind the scenes on this comic, who are fully aware of the story they are telling, this to me, I liked Trial of the Amazons. I liked some of the stuff before that with Valhalla. This to me felt like the story they were gearing up to do. Where it's now we're going to have Dr. Psycho, who is prominent again because of Harley Quinn. He's going to become the main villain. He's going to corrupt the image of Wonder Woman, have a certain type of man online saying his shit, very Tucker Carlson style. And I'm not going to get political. I'm just saying that's what they're doing here. And the thing that amazes me about this book is that it's very political and having a very serious conversation about its politics, but in the Superman Son of Kal-El book, that's getting more attention for, I think, doing less political stuff. This should upset you more because it's just straight up parodying you and talking shit about you, where at least there's some subtlety in the Son of Kal-El book, but this one's just apparent, and nobody's really talking about, like, the metaphorical parody. Like, Psycho literally is a short, like, he's literally just got small guy syndrome, incel stuff, screaming about this woman. Like, how come nobody's really talking about it? I think it's fascinating. So we kind of like regroup. Everyone's trying to figure out again. We get some more information on who's really working with Dr. Psycho. We learn it's calculus. He was this college professor turned bad guy. We know Dr. Poison's working with now. Basically, they're setting up their own villain incorporated that can go against all these people. But because we have these people that can fight, we got our sweetheart for Ziggy. We got kind of Psycho to go against, like, Psycho, I guess, would go against none of them because he's kind of the one in charge. And then you see that, you know, Poison would go against Steve. Calculus would go against Etta. Who's going to go against Wonder Woman? Who do they have up their sleeve that they can use to fight Wonder Woman? Well, we see at the end here, Psycho gets a call from a mysterious person. Just probably a fan online. He's like, yo, dude, I saw your stuff. I'm pleased with your performance. I sent you a gift. I hope you use it wisely. Very interesting font, very dark and disturbed. And when Psycho goes to open the door to see what his gift is, we see that it is Dolos, the Duke of Deception. Very cool. And this is how you do it, man. This is how you blend the campy, silly Wonder Woman stuff with the hardcore Greek mythology things people like. You're blending the two worlds perfectly, and it's just really fun. This book was so great because it does everything I want from a Wonder Woman book. It's kind of silly with Steve and Ziggy talking about each other. It's very political of Wonder Woman. Like, I am here as an ambassador. You cannot tell me to leave this country because I deserve to be here. Very interesting take on Psycho. Again, ties into the larger picture with, like, the universe not trusting Wonder Woman with the current status of the Justice League. It's very fascinating, and it just looks great. Like, the colors are perfectly clean and sharp. Not as great as, like, some of the earlier runs of this series, but I like it a lot. It's very cool to look at, very fun to read. Probably what I needed from Wonder Woman. I know some people might be hesitant about it, but I think it's good. It's very fun. There's also the adventures of young Diana that are in the back of this book. A very fun story. I just dig it. This is exactly what Wonder Woman needed. It's exactly what she's getting. Working very well. I love it. I think it's very fun. Doing its own story. That's always cool to see. So Wonder Woman 788, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.